Good morning, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to my channel. Okay, as you can see, today we have a very interesting guest, and we're gonna find out who is she, where is she from, and we're gonna talk about culture shock, similarities and distinctions between the culture of this very lady and the Tajik culture. So let's get started. Introduce yourself, please.
Right. My name is Seher Aziz. I am from Pakistan, and I have been in Tajikistan, Dushanbe, for 2 years now, and I have been teaching at DIS for this past year.
How come just you came to Tajikistan? Why Tajikistan?
I did not come to Tajikistan myself. My family is established here. We came through my mother's posting, and then they came 5 years ago. So my brothers have studied here.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's very kind of you. And how about, is it possible to talk about, I don't know, maybe because you're from Pakistan, we surely have certain similarities.
We do have similarities, yes, when it comes to the hospitality and even some of the language, the words, a few are similar because of the Farsi Urdu thing. Yeah.
How about the culture? I mean, what specific thing you say, okay, that's exactly what we do in Pakistan?
Well, I am from northern Pakistan,
Okay.
which is basically a continuation of the Pamir mountain range. So culturally, I was not too shocked because in Pakistan, our culture is relatively different from the rest of Pakistan also.
Okay.
So Tajik culture in the northern areas is celebrated when it comes to the dances, to the colorful clothes and stuff. So yeah.
How about distinctions, major distinctions?
Major distinctions.
Between your culture, the part of which you reside, northern Pakistan, and the very just place that you live
Similarities?
now. No, distinctions. Differences.
Differences, right. Differences. Well, there's always the language.
Okay.
I noticed that the Wakhi speakers in Tajikistan are not as involved in the cities as the Wakhi speakers in Pakistan. Opportunity-wise, we are better off in that country. I also noticed that culturally, that there is a balance here which exists with the westernized part and the traditional Eastern when it comes to clothes and how people interact with one another. That is a huge difference, because in Pakistan mostly you will find very segregated areas when it comes to what you may wear and how you may act. You cannot wear the same outfit and go throughout the country. Whereas here I noticed it's relatively accepted. The language for me, the Wakhi language is the same. So I speak one language that is in Tajikistan.
That's Wakhi.
Wakhi
Which is Pamiri, right?
Which is Pamiri, yes,
okay.
Badakhshani.
Badakhshani.
Yeah. Then again, because it is in this country, there are certain words, of course, that get mixed up with Russian, and
exactly,
it's a language, so
okay.
Yeah.
It's the same thing in Pakistan because of British influence,
yes.
right? Britain influence English as your second official, is the official language in Pakistan.
Second official.
We got Russian here after Tajik language, and most of the people try to speak in Russian in order to be portrayed as, to be seen and heard as civilized, you know, more elite class.
That, I guess those that we have previously been subservient to, that they still have their hooks in us.
Yes.
Enough that,
Yeah, we got the same thing here, unfortunately. So, well, how about, okay, you've been living here for the last 2 years, okay. Have you ever experienced any discrimination because of your, I don't know, maybe because of your ethnicity, race,
Not
nationality?
discrimination, because I tend to be mistaken for one of the locals.
Okay.
So there is that, if people come up and ask a question, they start off in either Russian or in Tajik, and I am left kind of like, I'm sorry. And then it takes them, they're taken aback and they're like, "You're not from here," and "Oh, where are you from?" That's always a question. And Pakistan, okay. And so, no, I have not faced discrimination.
Okay. How about any positive experience?
I love the evening culture here. Actually, how families are just out on the streets walking. It's a very lively atmosphere, which is not something I have ever experienced before in this country. In Pakistan, you don't have that. You may have a very, very, very small particular area that you may walk, but walking in the evening, particularly in Islamabad I'm speaking of, because that's where I grew up. So we don't have that culture. It was lovely here with the fountains, and all the families are out, and it's to stroll in the evening. It was lovely. Yes.
Okay. Historically, Pakistan was part of India, I mean, previously subcontinent of India, and right now, unfortunately, there are some clash between Indian and Pakistani forces over disputed area of Kashmir and Jammu and Kashmir. Here, if you see any Indian, just a regular citizen, do you see any? Do you expect any clash, maybe cultural clash between you and them? I don't know.
Right. So I've worked with them in the school. We have, as a citizen of Pakistan, you do not have any animosity towards the people, the general people of the neighboring country. Pakistan and India, yes, there are definitely clashes of interest concerning Kashmir and all that. There is the religious aspect. It's a big topic, but on one-to-one, there is not much difference when it comes to culture, because at the end of the day, we were a subcontinent and it was one culture. There is a lot of similarity. We speak the same language, only the written script is different and the words in some regions. But no, going into working with them, I did not expect any animosity. It was rather refreshing to meet someone from across the border, actually. And it has been a lovely experience.
Did you experience any political discussion with them so far? Maybe because of
politically, our countries are similar. There are those ancient groups, there are those establishments. So politically, I will not comment. I am not very
a higher moral authority, right?
Yeah, I do not have any say in the political
You haven't
sphere.
experienced any discussion with them, right? Any local Indian?
No. See, when it comes to politics, the only discussions we've had is, yes, of course, both our countries face certain corruption and all that. It exists. You just comment on that, but there is nothing me as an individual or we can do anything about it.
So we stay away from those discussions, right? I don't ask anything about politically related topics.
I wouldn't know how to comment on it actually, so I am not. I'm not particularly.
Okay. And how about your expectation? What was expectation before your arrival to Tajikistan?
I was excited, and I expected it to be a lot more, dancing and all these music, and honestly, it was a lot more than I expected when it comes to how the people were. That was different. I realized there are different parts of Tajikistan and each part may have a similar culture, but there are distinctions on how people interact. Even in this working environment, it was like I have people from different regions and they have the similar idea of the culture, but they have certain points that they differ from. So yes, it was, expectation-wise, it was nice.
Okay.
I was just excited to be here, honestly.
Okay.
Always enjoyed the music, and so.
Have you learned any Tajik? What
What
can you say? Is it okay if you run a short conversation?
I can order a taxi.
Okay.
I can say a few numbers. I can say salon. And if you speak very slowly, I can understand it.
Let's try
And,
that.
oh God, okay.
Okay. Salom apa, khub hastet shumo.
خوب هسته. And I can't ask back.
Okay.
Sozenags.
Sozinarzi.
Sozenags.
Nomi shmo chist.
My name is Eliza.
Okay. Nomi man actually started.
Nome
Okay. That's so
I
fun.
translated from English grammar directly, so.
Yes. Shumo az kujo hastet.
Kujo Hastet, is that address?
Yes. Where are you from? Shumo
Kujo
az kujo hastet.
Right. Amo Pakistani.
Okay. Khub. Chand sol hast shumo dar Tojikistan?
2 سال تاجیکستان دوشنبه.
خوب. خوش آمدید.
Thank you.
Okay. So you're not bad actually.
I like I said, it's similar if you just speak slowly enough.
Okay. You have basic conversational knowledge.
Yes, especially with Miss Ayoma and Miss Khursheda, the Tajik language teachers. They definitely make it a point to, have a conversation with me every day. So that helps.
All right, Miss Eliza, what's your future plan? I mean, what would you be doing in the future?
I will, inshallah, be going for interior designing. Currently, for this next year, I will be back in Pakistan, and then I will see from there where to go.
Before your arrival to Tajikistan, what were your main source of information? Were you Googling or what?
My main source of information was whenever there was a festival in Hunza, there would be Tajik songs, so we'd be helping the kids to dance, and my only main source was YouTube and the dances. So that's all I knew about Tajik people, honestly. It's like, those are the clothes, these are the really good dances, and these are the music. So I know some lyrics. I can't translate them, but I know the lyrics.
Yes, you're most welcome. Go on.
No, I am not singing on this stage.
Don't sing, just say the lyrics. I mean, if it's okay for you.
No, nothing comes to mind.
All right. So, Miss Eliza, did I ask all questions? Yes. Name of your nationality. So Pakistani or Urdu is the name of language being spoken there?
Urdu is the language and Pakistani is the nationality. So we are not Urdu or anything.
Yes.
We're Pakistani and we speak Urdu.
Yes. So most of people think that Pakistani people speak Pakistani language,
The Pakistani language is Urdu, but Pakistani language there are multiple.
Yes.
There is Balochi, there is, I don't know exactly.
Pashto.
There is Pashto. There is Khikwar, there is Virchikor, there is Urdu, there is Punjabi, there is Saraiki, and many more.
Minority people, right?
Definitely. See, the overall national language, everyone more or less speaks Urdu. They can read and write in Urdu. But then, of course, the further away from the capital you move, the more localized languages there will be. So it's a very rich. It's very rich when it comes to languages and historically, and so yes, there are many ancient languages, I would say.
I got many Afghan friends. I don't know, to certain reasons they loathe Pakistani.
You have people. African friends that loathe Pakistani.
No, Afghans.
Afghans, okay.
Afghans. To certain, I don't know, but they much more prefer India over Pakistan in terms of political. I don't know, maybe as their friends, their allies.
Right. That would have to do with, again, the political sphere and the movement and the immigration thing that is going on. So all I can say about that is perhaps driven away from your own country, you wouldn't necessarily like to just be stuck in another country, and I cannot comment honestly because I'm not aware of the exact situations. All I know is they are in our country and I for one welcome them, but I'm sure they do face discrimination, as is with any people who are fleeing from their own country due to reasons that are out of their hands. So yes.
Yeah. Well, I ask all questions that I had right now. Do you want anything? I don't know. Maybe you say to the world, to all Pakistani or any specific
You
group?
should definitely visit Tajikistan. It is a lovely country, and the summers are much better than, well, the conditions in Pakistan when it comes to summers. So yes, unfortunately, I'm going back during the very hot months. So that is
When are you departing?
in 3 days. I will be
3 days.
gone in 3 days.
Okay, for how long you'll be there?
In
In
Pakistan,
Pakistan?
I'll be there for another year, and then I'll see.
Okay, I see. So, do you have any question?
I do not. I got all my questions answered when it came to weddings and everything.
Okay.
You invited us.
Yeah,
it was
I
lovely.
invited you, right?
Ah,
Soon I'll be posting that on my private, on my personal YouTube channel.
okay.
Soon, I already edited and it's ready to be published.
Good.
Yes. Right. We came to the end of another video, everybody. Thank you so much for being kind with your
Thank you
time.
for having
I really
me.
appreciate it. Yes, if you would like to see these sorts of videos, please subscribe to our channel, and I do my best to have these sorts of videos as well.